Tactical Tuesday. So we've been talking about closing the set. Talked about win probability. We're talking about speaking with people who are actually closable. And then we talked about questions that progress the sale forward. So the presentation is the preparation for the close. Again, so someone give me like their favorite boxer. Who's like a favorite boxer?
Chavez.
Okay, Chavez who? What's his name?
Julio Cesar Chavez.
Julio. Okay, damn, okay. Do you think he goes into the ring and he just has like one haymaker that knocks out his opponent? No? What is it usually?
His strategy was to get the other guy tired.
Okay. But usually when we're in a boxing match, what are we setting up? What? It's not one like usually haymaker that knocks them out.
Counter
It's a
or combo.
combos. Combinations, right? I need to have combinations throughout my presentation. So again, a lot of little yeses that are going to lead to that haymaker at the end. And so if you can have your presentation, we've already talked about it, with questions that are going to get you a yes, are going to progress the sale forward. Your close is going to be a culmination of all the small yeses that you get through your presentation. Test closing, we touched on this briefly, but we want to have like a test close to kind of test the waters, kind of see if, okay, cool, is this person ready? And if they answer favorably to that question, I know that it's okay for me to go ahead and move forward into the close. So like, what's a test close that I could ask towards the end of my presentation? Simple one.
Like if everything that we spoke.
That's a hard close, but okay.
No, it's like I say like, are you finding everything interesting so far?
Okay, oh, like that way it's kind of phrasing it like as a test close, yeah?
Just to see like if they're like actually interested, and then.
There you go, okay.
Yeah, I'll kind of like what I was gonna say, but if I could bring back everything that I explained to you in writing, would that be something that we'd be opposed to taking a look at?
Okay, that's kind of also going for like a hard close still too.
Yeah.
Making sense so far?
Huh?
Making sense so
Means
far?
those are, yeah, that's kind of like just seeing if they're checking in. That's a check-in statement. But like at the end, what I could do is like all we're doing is we're just taking your bill that with NB Energy, it's going up every 3 months. That bill's just constantly going up. If you had a bill that was constantly going up every 3 months, or you could have an option of getting a bill that's cheaper and then stays the same, obviously, which one would you guys pick? And if they answer to the cheaper one, I'm like, okay, cool, they're following along with me. Now I know that it's kind of ready for me to progress and move towards the close or closing out the set. Does that make sense? Yeah, another one that I use too is like, just so I don't waste your guys' time, the only thing I need to do so that I can get everything going is I just need to check the meter on the side of the home. Just so I don't waste your time, is it okay if I go and do that? If they tell me yes to that, they're saying yes to move forward with everything, right? Does that make sense? And that's usually something that I'm asking at the very end, just to test the waters, see where they're at, and then move into the close. You follow me? So that way, by the time that I'm going into the close, it's not like a hard pressure situation. I've already tested the waters. And if they don't answer me favorably, I go back into looping into talking about the benefits, the pain that's going on, and then I try and resell them, and then I move towards the close. Does that, you guys follow me on that? You do that at all, Robert, or no?
I do the whole, so if I could take one bill that you're gonna be paying already every month and just reduce that, is that something that you might be interested in?
Boom, okay.
Yeah, just like that.
And then it's if they're answering yes, that's a favorable.
Usually it's like, well, yeah, I mean, I would just have to see like more information on it.
Boom, perfect, yeah. And so it's just testing the waters, like, are you guys following along? Is there an interest? Is there something here that has you guys interested? And then we can move forward. Yours was good though too, me though. That was a good one. Cool.
With yours, when do you get the bill?
At the end, bro.
Like right there?
Yeah, so usually when usually what I'll do is I'll take them to the meter, and then as we start like walking back to the house, that's when I start explaining to them what's going on with the bill. And then,
Confirm the time yet at that time or not?
no, right there, I'm just saying, so yeah, you guys actually have the meter. So yeah, what we need to do, the last part is to see if you guys can do this is on your, and I'll use the slick. I'll actually show you guys on the slick so I can show you better. So the last thing that we need to do is, have you guys ever seen this like bar graph on your bill? And they're like, no. Most people say no. And I'm like, cool. So yeah, what it does is it tells us how much energy you guys are using. What we need to do is make sure you guys get enough sun hours on the roof to cover all the energy that you guys use in the home. And then they're like, oh, okay, cool. And then it's usually a natural progression. So, and I'm like, do you guys get that in the bill or in the mail? Huh? No, and so they won't usually ask that. What usually happens if they're sold, again, and this is how I know they're sold, they're like, oh, for sure we're going to be able to do it. We get so much sun up there, like everything's working smooth, yeah. Yeah, and so like now I know that there's an interest, they're wanting it, you know what I mean? But if they do ask, and like I'll usually tell them, like if I...
At that point, you already told them it's solar?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Before I go to the meter, I've already kind of told them that it's solar. And the way that I explained that it's solar is like, so yeah, what the state they're trying to do is they're just trying to get us to stop burning things, dirty coal, natural gas, and fossil fuel. And then we have to pay for all the distribution. It's very inefficient. The state, what they're trying to do is get us to get away from this. Instead of using this for our equipment, they want us to use this for the equipment, where we get free energy from the sun that goes directly into the home. And rather than traveling hundreds of miles just to get the power to your house, it's 5 feet directly into the home. Makes sense, right? And then boom, that's how I tell them it's solar. But did I say it's solar?
No.
No, I said instead of using this for our equipment, we use this for our equipment. And then we get free energy from the sun that goes direct into home. You follow me?
What I've been saying is we put our equipment.
There, you can do that too.
That's what I used to do.
Yeah.
The upkeep?
And so, no, that's the best part. Is like, just like NV Energy, right? If something happened with the power lines, what would NV Energy go do? Get out there and go fix it, right? It's the exact same thing with us. Pretty quick. The good thing is, though, if something happens to our equipment, this is why we're going to be fast with it. If something happens with our equipment, you guys are going to start pulling power from NV Energy. If we don't give you the energy that we promised you guys, we're actually going to refund that money back to you guys. And so we don't want to keep refunding everyone's money. We want to make sure that we're making money. So we're going to get out here extremely quick to make sure everything's fixed for you guys.
So if they have an NV Energy bill, you guys refund them?
If we don't give them the energy that we promised, I refund them that amount on their bill. So let's say that I promised to give them 10,000 kilowatt hours, right? But I only give them 5. That other 5, I'm going to give them a credit for that. I'm going to refund that back to them. You follow me?
I went out of it.
But does that make sense, Chef, how it works?
Yeah, is that they're just gonna refund that, or they're actually gonna come out and fix it?
Both. Both.
Because if it's both.
Yeah, because
maybe it's more profitable just to give them a refund than have someone come and fix it.
Hell no, because now we're losing half of our money. Like we told them, yeah. Like I mean, if you think about it, let's say that let's say I promised them 10,000, right? And I only give them 5,000. Now I'm refunding them half of their bill. I'm never gonna make money because I'm having to pay full price for that system. You know what I mean? Usually a return on investment for solar, it's not until like about 9 to 12 years. And so if year 3 comes around and I'm refunding half the system cost to this person, I'm losing money at that point. Easy thing to tell customers is you're gonna get an app that tracks the production, and then we also monitor your production. If it ever starts dropping below what we promised to you, we get out here and we fix it immediately, and then we refund you if we're not giving you the amount that we promised. Does that make sense? Yeah. They get an app to track it, and we get an app to track it as well. When we purchase the system, that's your system, you own it, you're responsible for the upkeep. But in this case, we're just like another electric provider. If something happens with NV Energy's equipment, they have to go out and fix it. It's the same thing with us. Instead of us using this for all of our equipment, we're making it a lot more efficient and using this for our equipment. So I'll be like, yeah, so the last thing I need to do is I need to see if you guys get enough sun exposure on your roof to cover all your power. I'm gonna be really honest with you. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to do it because on your roof you got all these like planes right here, and we're gonna have to try and work around that. You guys might not be able to do it. And then I know if they're interested, if they're like, oh well, you know, my neighbors did it. We have the exact same roof. Like why? And so now I know if they're interested. But I'm using it as a takeaway. Like all I'm here to do is see if it's possible for you to do it. If it's possible for you to do it, I'm gonna bring you back the information. You can make your own decision on what to do, and we'll tell you how much money we can save you.
What do you feel about asking for the bill after you've got a time?
That's cool
And
too.
be okay to come back?
That's cool too. Rudy was the one that actually brought that up to me. I'm cool with that too. Like if you guys want to move to getting them committed first, instead of asking for the bill. So yeah, you guys got the meter. What we can do is we can bring back all the information, you get a time, and then try and get the bill after. That's cool too. For me, I just use it as like kind of like a takeaway from them. And then again, it lets me know if they're interested. Yeah, because again, if I can get the bill, disappointment's sticky. If I'm not getting the bill, then I'm like this. It's probably a toss-up kind of at that point. And so I want to see how much of an interest they have just based off of that.